Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks so much for joining me here again. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a quick look here at new kind of network, NKN. And just before we do, just know, not a financial advisor. If you're new to the channel, I have years of trading experience, and my goal is to help you become more of an effective, self-sufficient trader. And I do that by facilitating a very healthy learning environment with my trading community. Link in the description below for that, where I actually send out signals for every single trade that I take, and just work with everybody on a personal level. It's really amazing experience. So check that out in your own time. We're all very profitable at this point, just based on the simple fact that, well, we have some really awesome indicators that we work with. And let's go ahead and take a look here. Of course, I'll dive into that a little bit further. But we can see here, NKN previously broke up from its wedge pattern, right? So we had that typical, ascending wedge pattern, and it broke up to the upside. Now that it did so, we've also got this little, looks like somewhat of a flag pattern, right? Where the price broke out above because it had this descending channel. So those are always work out bullishly, which makes perfect sense here. Actually see a lot of those right now because a lot of coins pumped really hard about 2 weeks ago and they retraced. Same with Bitcoin here recently, and now they're ramping back up now that Bitcoin's stabilizing, because Bitcoin's been going nothing but sideways for the last 2, 3, 4 days, and that's allowing coins like this to kind of take off. So regardless, let's go ahead and take a quicker look at some of the indicators. We're up over 50 on the RSI. Love it. It's fantastic. We've also got a MACD convergence here on the 1-day chart. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some type of continuation to the upside here. Okay, so that's a very, very good sign. Once we break this resistance level, I think it's going to be off to the races for NKN, considering how amazing it did previously, right? I mean, look at how good that did. Back on, when was that? That was back in April. Yeah, April was a good month for a lot, remember? Because Bitcoin was upwards of about 64,000 at its highest point. This is right before all the major sell-offs occurred. So NKN definitely took off, and it has a tendency of doing so. So I would not be surprised if this would be something that kind of continues really hard. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to set kind of an alert to see if this breaks that resistance level here. What is that, about 53 cents? We'll say 54. And I'm going to pay attention to it because once it breaks that line, it's going to be one of those situations where it's likely going to continue to take off after that. So I'm going to pay attention to this one here. That's a really, really good indication of a buy signal if we can get the price to close above that. But let's go and take a look at smaller time frames and kind of see what's going on here. First of all, with the 4-hour chart, where are we at with the moving averages? We're above both. Fantastic. We like to see that. We can see the 50 worked as a support level here today, or earlier today. We're above 50, under 70 for the RSI. And in fact, it's just touching right now, which is actually perfect. We like to see that. So all in all, does still have gas left in the tank. It could push higher than that, but it wouldn't be a terrible thing if it closed right now, just say in the next hour before the 1-day candlestick, to allow it to give that time to kind of consolidate, to rest, to get more, I guess more momentum for the next leg up, right? Because any good healthy bull run, if you're new to the channel, I like to pretty much just teach my patrons any kind of good bull run is going to have kind of a continuation, a nice staircase pattern. Right? Because if NKN does this tomorrow, then we can expect it to do this the weeks after, right? Very, very standard. That happens all the time. So we want to avoid that. Therefore, sideways action for right now for NKN would be awesome. Sideways action, break above, test support, and take off. That's ultimately what we're looking for. Look at the 1-hour chart and see kind of what's going on here with the cloud. We're above the cloud. That makes perfect sense considering we just had a MACD convergence in the 1-day chart. So therefore, we're probably going to see this work as a potential support level. This happens all the time in bullish continuation patterns where we see that it bounced off of the cloud essentially to give us that continued momentum. Okay, but that's really cool. So we want to pay attention to how the cloud responds to the price and vice versa here in the next, I would say, 12 to 24 hours. Furthermore, TD sequential, we're pretty much at a reset here, but we hit an 8 and then it reset. So simply put, we are at a point right now where we've pretty much maxed out our momentous run here, and we need to have some sideways action again. You're kind of hearing a common theme here, right? We need some consolidation in order for this next increase to be powerful. Let's go ahead and take a quick look once again back here, and we're going to go ahead and see where we're at for Fibonacci retracement lines. And we can see we've got some strong support levels here, right about 382, basically 42 cents. And then, of course, another support here at about 47 cents. And the price kind of getting stopped out right there at 786, which is a very key resistance level for most Fibonacci retracement lines. So we can expect that to possibly be a strong resistance here moving forward for at least, the next couple of days, right? So yeah, we'll leave that. All right, perfect. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. All in all, good shape. Well, I'm not saying, in fact, I did forget to do this because this is, the main reason why we do this in the first place, right? It's to kind of get an understanding of how much higher it can go, right? So say this were to continue on its merry way in this little bull run, right? So say we get that consolidation that I'm hoping for, we get some sideways action, then it legs up again, it comfortably gets to this next level. What we could very well see is an increase from where it's at right now, upwards about 65% to the amount of 84 cents. So I'd say 84 cents is likely by the end of November, possibly within the next couple of weeks, just based on how quickly this is ramping up, how hard it's trying, because you can tell it tried really hard here. Just say, for example, if Bitcoin were to go to like 65,000 in a couple of days, or just say by the end of the week, then we're definitely going to see NKN come up, because that confidence goes up when Bitcoin is essentially increasing. There's that greed index, which is very fascinating. You have to check that out sometime. But right now, all in all, NKN's looking very good. So my prediction here for November is that 84 cents will likely be the topping point. But don't get me wrong, there's still a tremendous amount of potential. I mean, there's no doubt that it could and very well likely break its all-time high, which is what? $1.48. But its one-day high close is right here at 128. Okay, so 128 to 148 is a resistance channel. We have to respect that eventually, but for now, sky's almost the limit once we break this resistance level, because the only thing else we need to worry about would be to say 74 cents outside of the 84 cents we're expecting. Okay, so I'd say, bullish on NKN. I would definitely consider a long position. Just wait and see what happens the next 24 to 48 hours. I'm guessing we're just going to go mostly sideways, and then we'll see a leg up in the next couple of days. That should happen. We just want it to be a small leg up to break that resistance. That's all we need. And then we consolidate at support, move on up. All right, so if you found benefit here, like and subscribe, of course. Appreciate that greatly. But more importantly, check out my Patreon community if you want to become a better trader, more effective trader. I work hands-on with all of my patrons, and it's a really cool experience. But most important, I share every single trade that I take with my patrons as well. And we have like a one-click follow option for the trading bots. Really cool situation. Check that out. It's actually fairly cutting edge. All right, so thanks again for your time. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.